Good evening from Plymouth. We're at Pick here, the home of the Wayzata Youth Hockey Association. Tonight in goal, Cameron Kaluzny, and the Whitehawks will start with Piaski. Scratch that. With Koski, Renke, Zoka, and Deal McGovern. McGovern holds at the blue line. Whitehawks in a good run as Zoka chips it back into the zone. Renke now battles in the near side corner. Puck goes behind the Wayzata net. And Wayzata looks to break out of their own end through the neutral zone, right across the Whitehawks blue line. They dump it in and chase. Deal first man in the puck. He swings it around Zoka. Zoka on the half pass. Tries to go back the other way behind the Whitehawks net. Wayzata holds. Fires, shot. Tipped out front. And Kaluzny holds on, tightens up the pillows for the first face-off of 14-12 in the Westonka end. Face-off now, Childers on the back. One by Wayzata, they're dumping it deeper. Brown between puck finish, go up behind his net, but Wayzata was there. Puck picked off by Mulaney. Now Mulaney's got a step. He's going to go on a breakaway into the zone. Shot! Off the goalie's paddle. That ends up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off in the Wayzata end. Trojans, right?
Yes. A little bit of a lucky bounce there as the pass was intercepted right behind the net. It came too far for the defender to grab. Made Mulaney a breakaway attempt. Stowed by the goaltender.
Trojans win the face-off, collected in their end, and come out 3-on-2 as they hit one out cool. Shot, that lands up on the ground, goes by. Piaski went first man on the puck. He chips it out of the zone, and that'll be an offsides on Wayzata. We'll bring it outside back to the neutral zone for a face-off.
Help me understand how that wasn't an intentional offside. One time back into the zone with two Wayzata players 20 feet deep.
Subjective. That's how you explain it.
All right. Say no more, Ryan. Say no more.
Whitehawks battling their end for it. Childers on the puck. He's there with Brown. Brown now. He loses his play. Regains it. Regains control of the puck. Takes a look. Plays it off the glass. That'll come outside the zone. That'll go 200 feet. And that'll be an icing. We'll bring it back down to the Whitehawks end for a faceoff. So Whitehawks are setting out. London throws Wesley. Shot deflected by Kaluzny off in the corner. Wesley ties up his man. Knocks him down. Now Beal knocks on the puck. Beal takes a look, reverses course. Up to Wesley. Wesley, nicely done, backhanded out of the zone as he was tied up. And not backhanded so far that he gets icing, but rather gives Trost an opportunity to catch up to the puck. Whitehawks on a good forecheck now. Wesley tries to throw it out front. Trost is there. Trost now tries to squeak it out to Lundgren. That gets intercepted. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Both defensemen swat at it. Wesley and McGovern on the inside now. McGovern comes away with the puck. Tries to go rink wide. That gets deflected. Goes into the Wayzata zone. Whitehawks change up their one of their defensemen. And a win. Zoka now onto the ice with Piaski. As Wayzata comes back up the ice, tries to make a rush. Across the center line, across the Whitehawks blue line. The linesman blows that dead for an offside. Face off now. Koski wins it Piaski, back to Koski. He dumps it into the zone on net. And that fluttering puck will be frozen by the Wayzata goalie. 12:01 remaining in the first. Drop on the puck. Koski wins it to Piaski. Shot. Saved off the shoulder of the Trojan goalie. And Wayzata kicks it out of their zone quickly. The Whitehawks turn it over, or pick it up over in transition. Fire it behind the net. Trojan goalie stops it. Koski first man there. Zoka now into the fray. He pins his man up against the corner. Whitehawks battle for him on the far side boards. Ranky is there. Wayzata clears his own. 3-on-2 as they hit the Whitehawks line. Ranky now will pick it up. He's got Zoka. Zoka and Ranky. Ranky now, he's got speed and a corner shot. Goes upper deck with it, and that goes high and wide. Ricochets back out to the blue line. And Wayzata now with an opportunity. Shot. Right into Kaluzny's gut, and he'll hold on. Face off to the Kaluzny's glove side with 11-12 remaining in the first.
Not bad for the Whitehawks, but I felt like the Wayzata skater had a little bit of room there and decided to fire from beyond the circles, easily tracked and saved by Kaluzny.
Childers on the ground. Whitehawks control. Deal now. Fires it up to Milady beats his man. Second breakaway of the game. Second save to the Trojan goalie on a breakaway. Childers fires the puck in the opposite corner. Wayzata there. He's there with S. S and Milady now battle in the corner with Wayzata. They dig for it. Wayzata comes out. They'll retreat just through their crease and clear the zone now. 2-on-2 as they hit the blue line. Hill was on the line up his man. This first five. Hill steals it. Off the line, out front, shot. Good save by Milady. Hill fired that puck off the iron. Wayzata took advantage of it, threw it up front to an open guy. And Kaluzny battles off a great opportunity and a shot. So at 10-18, we'll have an icing on the Whitehawks as they clear the zone to get a line change. And we'll face off back down in the Whitehawks end. Both goalies making good saves here early on 1-on-0 opportunities. Lundgren, Wesley, and Strauss now. Out front, shot to the slot. That goes to the crease and line. Wesley pins his man up against the boards. Brown is there to help out. They dig for it, trying to knock it loose. Wayzata now throws a third man in the play. Comes up with a fire shot. Stick save by Kaluzny as he drops it to Piaski. Piaski now up the near side. He's got a step and he'll go. Dishes it to Lundgren. Lundgren tries to throw it back to Piaski. Back up defended. And the Whitehawks hold his own with Wesley now deep. He tries to throw it out front. That doesn't connect. And Wayzata throws it out of the zone, but Lundgren knocked it down, and now they'll break the zone. Wayzata will tip in the Whitehawks zone. In the first period. Piaski throws it around, not far enough to get out. The Trojans hold the zone twice, and now they've got to clear it. At the line, they battle in the neutral zone. Back and forth we go. And now the Whitehawks have it. Zilka, he'll reset. He throws it back to Brown. Whitehawks complete a change. Beals now able to connect on the near side with Zilka. At the blue line, that jumps out. Here comes Koski. Koski with Zilka. That touch and go doesn't work. And Wayzata comes back the other way through the neutral zone. Wayzata tries to set up. Good stick by Beal. Just knocked the puck off the offensive player's stick, getting away. Good defense on front by McGovern to stop a shot. Now Zilka clears to Ranky. Ranky across the red line to McGovern. McGovern through the center. He's got Koski with him. They both head into the corner with Ranky. 3 Whitehawks in the corner, nobody out front. And Wayzata comes out of his own 2-on-2 across the center. Gets a little fight on Wayzata goal. Gets a shot on Kaluzny and he turns away. And we'll have an icing on the Whitehawks as they threw the puck down the ice to make a change. So at 8:06 remaining in the first, there'll be another face-off in the Whitehawks zone.
Trojans early getting some good opportunities right in front of the net. So far, Kaluzny been up for the challenge, but you're going to want to button that up a little bit here.
We'll battle back and forth here at the blue line. Brown back to get the puck. Through the side, he's going to throw it off the glass. That's up and out to Anthony Hill. Now the Trojans control it deep in the Whitehawks end. That puck almost stolen by the lady. Now he grabs it, throws it to center ice. Childers is there. He's tied up, tries to get a stick back. 2-on-1. Childers, goal! Great backhand pass by Childers to S. That just doesn't connect. Piaski now, shot on net, tipped. Tipped out front, great save by the Wayzata goalie. Again, both goalies on point here early in the first.
Yeah, good opportunities both ways. So far, it's the goalies keeping this from being a 3-2 game with 7 minutes left here.
Oh, off the post. That nearly misses. Piaski shot from the point. Brown now. He'll push the puck back into the Wayzata zone. They bring it back to the neutral zone and run away. Piaski pushes it forward to the lady. The lady just past S. Here comes Wayzata back into the zone. Whitehawk skates. Shot. So saved by Collision. Wesley now. He'll throw it right up through the middle of the lady. The lady, one man to beat. Now two men to beat. Fights off one check. Goes into the corner. He gets hit hard before he gets help from Wesley. Wesley now tries to carry out. McGovern holds the zone off of a defender's skate. That gets kicked wide over to Lundgren. Lundgren throws it to Wesley. Wesley now out front. Oh, just misses Lundgren, but right on Beal's stick. Beal shot. Leg pants saved by the Wayzata goalie. That's turned aside. Thank you, Kelly, for the feedback. Appreciate it. Now Wayzata back across the blue line. Beal picks it up. He controls.
In a line change.
Just too far. Whitehawks now on the forecheck. Puck turned aside by the Trojan goalie, by the Trojan defenseman. Pass on air. And Beal now. No look pass. Comes across the blue line. What Trojans need to check up, and they do. Now right back. No even shot. Turns down by Kalinsky. Good way to control the rebound. Now Montgomery. Too far. Zuka's got a chase. Sticks it back. And Devon's going to move behind his own fingers. Whitehawks now controls it around his own. Aspen tries to push it forward. That's coming out. Montgomery now keeping the corner. Pass back out to the point. Wayzata controls. Top of the circle. Shot. Shoulder saved by Kaluzny. And now Zuka brings it up. Zuka to Renke. Renke with one step to go. He gets knocked off the puck, and the Trojans collect it in their own end. Wayzata rink wide to the near side here. Pass the blue line. Waits for help. Walks the line, and then he gets knocked off the puck by Piaski. Whitehawks getting a rare defensive change.
Whitehawks need a whistle here.
Piaski doing a good job of holding his own. Now he takes the offensive thrust. Shot off the goalie's mask. Down. Childers will hold his own. Whitehawks playing a little bit soft here on the offensive end. Three guys back in the neutral zone. But kudos to Will Piaski. It was 3-on-1 or 5-on-3 in the Whitehawks zone. Whitehawks were changing two forwards in our defensive end, and Will was able to not only break the puck out, they get an offensive opportunity and a clean shot that was turned away by the Trojan goalie. Whitehawks now off the face-off. Childers spin shot. Goalie never saw it, but was in the right spot to make the save. S throws it back to the point. Bounce pass to Brown. Brown tries to go deep for Childers. That gets picked off in between. Comes out of the zone. Brown now back to chase in his own zone. This one's right off. Brown brings it back to the near side. Mullady's down low for Childers. Mullady out to S. S now with Mullady. They both a little confusion there, and that's turned around the other way. Wayzata will throw it in on net. Bring themselves back out. Brown. Geometry doesn't work in his favor, and that low angle shot goes 200 feet. We'll bring it back down to the Whitehawks end with 3:53 remaining in the first for a base.
Might have gone 500 had they not been a wall there.
100 on the dot. He's got Trost and Wesley with him. Beal and McGovern.
Somebody's got to close.
Shot. But narrowly missed. A lot of confusion out front. No pressure on the defensive. Wesley tries to clear his up. That doesn't go. Shot on net. Easily turned aside by Collegians. 100 now. 100 now. He's on net. Wesley. Wesley now. Wesley will dump the puck in on net. That's turned aside by the Trojan goalie. Wesley right there on the forecheck. Trost is with him. Trost and Wesley battle in the corner. The Trojans come out with it behind their own net. Now they make the push up the ice. Wesley turns his man around again on the forecheck. Bobby Trost now turns his man around. Wayzata having trouble getting out of their own zone. It's then a sneaker wide. He's got a breakaway opportunity. Tries to dish it up. And Hale is kind of turning around. Whitehawks doing a good job of getting back and coming out. We'll have to watch for that play with the cherry picker coming up for the Trojans. Shot, good block. Puck now bouncing out front, pushed by Zunka. On the Ranky's stick. Ranky, one man to beat. He does. Puck slides ahead. Goalie's going to be able to misses the puck. Oh, and the ref. Oh, we're having a penalty. That's why. So the puck was not frozen, but Wayzata did gain control. And the head referee calls slashing on the Wayzata Trojans. So at 2:32 remaining in the first, Whitehawks will go on the first power play of the game. Which might have been the best opportunity because Ranky, that puck had slid out just in front of him, too far to play.
Yeah. Looked like he might have had a chance to tuck it back on a low angle, but instead we'll go on the power play.
Childers now at the blue line. He holds, dishes it to Milady. They're dancing on the blue line here, trying to find some space and time. Piaski can't settle that one down. Dishes behind the net to two Whitehawks. That comes back out to the top to Childers now. See if the Whitehawks can get set. Childers to Milady. Childers down low to Ranky. Ranky out front. That slides through. That's going to come out of his own. Milady's going to have to come back to collect it. Milady now to Childers. Back to Milady at the red line. Piaski will take the zone, throws it in deep. Koski pressures. Koski saucers to Childers. Childers back to Milady at the top. Back to Childers. Back to Milady. And he'll throw it all the way around. Then he'll come back to Childers on a weird hop off the end dasher. Whitehawks having problems getting open space. Wayzata doing a good job pressuring. Up top and high, there should be opportunities down low here. Piaski will dump it again deep. Whitehawks have to regain control. 34 seconds remaining on the penalty. I don't think we've reported one shot yet.
No, all the possession, but no shots.
Childers now. Piaski shot. That's turned aside. And Wayzata will throw it the length of the ice. Richardson will not have to play it. So 16 seconds remaining in the penalty, 47 seconds remaining in the period. The Whitehawks will get one last rush here with the face-off in the Wayzata zone.
Had the rebound loose, but just couldn't get a stick free. Some confusion here amongst the line change. Shoulders initially went off. Lundgren came on. Now they've swapped that. Shoulders back to McGovern.
Shot defended. McGovern holds his own. Heel now. Right back to Zoka. And the slot shot just wide. Childers collects it. Penalty is going to end here in 2 seconds. Childers now over the field. One last opportunity. Shot. Deflected and turned aside. McGovern throws it in on low angle right out front. No high sticking as Zilka gets knocked out as he pushes it back to the far side national. Wayzata now 2-on-2 as he hits his own shot. Good blocker save by Charisma while he's heading to the top corner. That one goes wide. 13 seconds remaining in the period. Wheel behind the net, brings his man. Childers throws it off the dasher, and that won't have enough speed to get all the way down the ice. That will kill the period.
Effectively end it, yeah.
So at the end of one, we've got a 0-0 tie. Wayzata narrowly leads shots on goal 14-12.
Yeah, a lot of action. No goals yet.
That thanks to the goalies on both teams.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of good offensive opportunities, but the goalies have been solid here in the first.
We'll be back with you after the break. All right, team switch ends. Back for the second period here. It'll start with shoulders Milady and S, with Beal and McGovern, the defensive pair. Face off at center ice. Won by the Trojans. Across the red line. Pinned against the boards there by S. Now shoulders into support. He'll take it. Neutral zone turnover. And his pass intercepted. Wayzata's going to have to reset into their own end. Milady on the forecheck. Couple of passes. Now here they come through the neutral zone. Couple too many passes. That's turned over. Beal's going to take it. Look off the wall. S worries about a hit. Turns away. Shot off of McGovern's skates. Now sent toward the net. McGovern.
That's a trip.
Should have been a trip. That's about as obvious as it gets. Puck comes out of the zone. Milady able to poke it forward. He's got S with him. I don't know if he sees him. Skates across. Tries to send it to S. That goes in off his skate, but it wasn't a kicking motion. So Milady to S. Goal, first of the game, 1-0 Whitehawks.
And the referees will now talk about it to determine was that an intentional position, or did that just happen to deflect off of S's skate and going ahead?
That better be. After they missed the obvious trip, he was getting ridden by the Wayzata defender.
So now we'll all talk about it and think about it. Fortunately, we don't have to call Toronto and figure out whether or not
Yeah.
this is a good goal. They're going to have an explanation before they call it a goal. And they're clarifying who it was from and to. So at 14:04, the Whitehawks will take a 1-goal lead. The Rose keeping score at home. Jason S will get credit with that goal. Milady will get the apple. Potentially, Ronan Childers with another apple as he has pushed that puck off of his stick after getting tripped. So here we go again. Whitehawks now collect the puck in their own end. Brown looks for Piaski, comes back the other way, near side. That puck. And Wayzata is not able to check up on the side, so we'll bring that puck back out to the neutral zone at 3:38 for a faceoff.
There's been a few of those today for Wayzata where they've had opportunities, but gotten whistled for players in the offensive zone ahead of the puck.
Wondering on the dot with Wesley and Trost on his wing. Trojans win the faceoff. Drake coming into the zone. Now Brown brings it back the other way. He's got Trost. Brown wants to dump it in. Let him go to the hash marks. Picked up by the Trojan defenseman.
Out in front, out in front. Oh.
Trost battling behind the net. He's got Wesley with him as the Trojans try to break out of their own zone. Trojans fly past the Whitehawks bench. Dump it in at the red line. Kaluzny is back there. He'll chase it around. Throws it. Wesley's not able to get there first. And now Piaski collects it. He goes one way, then the other. Got to follow his own pass. Trojans in the corner. Lundgren pinches his man. Tries to get the puck to Piaski. Piaski kicks it out, but then he's turned around. Trojans deep into the Whitehawks zone. Puck at the point. Shot. That puck goes wide. Other defenseman crashes. Wayzata wasting no time turning the pressure up on the Whitehawks. Here's the Whitehawks jumping out of his zone. Puck just out of reach of Kane Lundgren. The Trojans will cut back in front of the Whitehawks bench before throwing it out to the neutral zone and making another attack. Piaski chips that forward. Zilka picks it up. That jumps off of his stick. And now the Trojans will throw it off the near side boards for Brown. Brown. Not too far for Reinke. That's going to be excellent. And we'll bring it back to the Whitehawks zone to the glove side of Cameron Kaluzny at 12:15 in the second for a faceoff. It'll be interesting to see if the Trojans push up this far. I mean, they had three guys below the end line, plus one defenseman crashing at the hash marks. That should be good opportunities for the Whitehawks if they can get a rink-wide pass out of the zone. Here comes Beal now. Beal off the bat. There's a good Zilka on that rink-wide pass that we were just talking about. He can't break out of the zone. Whitehawks have to reset. Lenky now. He chips it back up the ice. Then they get kicked around. Koski tries to throw it forward to McGovern. That falls off of his stick. Now Zilka. Whitehawks reset in their own zone. Beal chipped off of Renzi. That'll go into the Trojan zone at 11:45. Renzi at the half mark. Trojans, they'll come right back the other way. Root center ice. Now across the Whitehawks blue line. 2-on-2. Beal with a good stick. Knocks the puck off of his man. Again, Trojans 3 deep into the zone. All behind the Whitehawks net. Zoka throws it up to Reinke. Trojans turn it around and wait. This time with just enough time. They'll gain the zone on sides. Beal behind his own net to McGovern. McGovern turns around and waits. Takes a look. Wayzata with a ferocious forecheck. Shot. That's turned off with Kaluzny's stick as McGovern had turned it over. And now, here's that opportunity. Here comes Reinke, 1-on-0. Reinke shot. Oh! So just like that, the Whitehawks turn a close opportunity for the Trojans into an opportunity for the Whitehawks. They connect on it. McGovern to Reinke, and Reinke with another goal on the season.
It was a good save out in front there by Kaluzny that kicked over to Zoka. Then, like you were saying, with Wayzata pinned deep, found Reinke on an outlet, and it was 1-on-0. So third breakout of the game, 1-on-0 for the Whitehawks. So opportunities are there.
2-on-1, Kaluzny with a save, and he'll cover that immediately for a face-off in the zone. Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see that as the Trojans push and they work to try to get offensive opportunities. They'll open up on the back end for rink-wide passes. If you can pass the puck 35, 40 feet, tape to tape, you'll get an opportunity. The Whitehawks have a jump with their forwards on these defensemen. Trojans dump it deep behind the Whitehawks net. Koski is there. He quickly gets rid of it up to Milady. Milady pins his man right up against the Trojan bench. Now that puck skips out and Childers will pick it up. Childers looks, dodges 1 check, dodges 2 checks. He'll bring it into the zone. Around 3 guys, he crashes the net, goes behind, throws it back out onto the lane, one turn fires, blocked right into a Trojan. He goes, that puck carries around, Trojans playing in their own end. Now they work to bring it back up to the zone. Through the neutral zone, Brown steps up, chips it off, but not far enough. Fires a shot right into Kaluzny's glove and belly. They'll hold on at 10:01 for a faceoff. So the Whitehawks will send out fresh bodies. Lundgren at center, Wesley and Trost at the wing. Beal and McGovern on the back. Lundgren wins it to the near side, picked up by the Trojans, fired back to the point, shot, turned aside by Kaluzny, deflected out of the slot by McGovern, and now Trost tries to get a handle on it. He chips up to Lundgren, Lundgren just out of his zone before he gets tied up, and now the Trojans come back the other way immediately. Beal's back to his man, pins him into the corner. Lundgren is there to help out behind the end line. That skips by Trost, shot out front, deflected, that goes wide. Beal now. He'll stop and wait, take a look, finds Wesley. He chips it out of the zone. Here comes Lundgren. Lundgren's got it, brings it over to the Trojan blue line. And now Bobby Trost fires it up to Lundgren. Lundgren, one-handed deep, through the wickets, but too far on the head. Dallas work behind the net, spins it around. Whitehawks are getting a defensive change. Not able to hit on that point. Bobby Trost with a good check here on the near side. And now the Trojans will make a change as the Whitehawks collect it in their own end. McGovern with speed, turns it over in the neutral zone. Fortunately, Zoka comes back with a good back check. And the Trojans will dump it and finish their change. Brown now struggles with it. Lundgren turns it over at the hash marks on the far side boards. And McGovern picks it up. 8:36 remaining in the second. Whitehawks 2, Trojans 0. Zoka and Koski battle for on the near side boards. Puck comes out to Reinke, throws it right back into the fray. Koski turns it to Zoka, low angle shot. That just goes wide. Comes right up to Koski and he'll dump it right back down deep. Reinke and Koski right on the boards again battling for it. Westonka comes out to the Trojans. They'll take the red line. Struggle at the blue
Good
line
stick by
momentarily.
Brown.
So that'll be an offsides on the Trojans at 7:54.
Lachlan able to get a couple of sticks on that puck, slowed the carrier down, and sent the rest of the team into the zone for an easy offsides call there for the Stripes.
Koski, easy win to Brown. Brown throws it forward, too far for any of the Whitehawks. The Trojans will pick it up at the dots. Trojans looks out front, picked off by Koski, open. Zerka has to turn around, puts it up on the near side board. Koski battles with him.
Trojans down 2 now are 100% leaking a flyer out anytime they get an opportunity.
And here they come, 2-on-1. Koski trying to get back. He does. Koski good on the back check as well. Forces the Trojans around the net. They skate with speed. Dumps it for the defenseman. Oh! Tricky little shot there as it went right through Lachlan Brown's legs. Kaluzny able to keep an eye on it, gloves it, and freezes the puck at 7:10 in the second.
Great screen. The problem was his teammate.
Whitehawks will change, send out Asmolady and Childers. Draws one by the Trojans. They keep it in the Whitehawks zone. Now it goes through the crease and wide. Shot out front. Usually blockers it behind his own net. Childers ratchets it up the near side boards. And it's pinned in deep again by the Trojans. Beal now behind his own net. Again, Trojans with a good 2-on-1 forecheck. That third man is, if he's high at all, he's barely at the top of the crease. McGovern bounce pass to Beal. He's got a hustle. He chips it up to S, and S now will carry through the neutral zone. Off the glass. Not making it in the zone before Roman Childers. None of the offsides on the Whitehawks. They bring it back out to the neutral zone for a faceoff.
And a sneaky thing to keep an eye on here. I think the Trojans are at about 80% face-off win percentage overall, and so a lot of puck possession off the draws here for the Trojans.
Once again, they collect it, bring it into the Whitehawk zone. McGovern immediately dumps it back to the neutral zone as the Trojans have to regroup. Bobby Trost battling 2 Trojans on the far side boards, plus the Hens referee. And now McGovern chips it to Beal. Beal can't handle it. That gets knocked out. Wesley now battles for it. They're at the blue line. Beal pushes forward, gets a puck on his own. Wesley now throws it in on that. That's easily turned aside by the Trojan goalie. And the Trojans keep it back on the center ice. Beal in the corner, they battle. Wesley, or Lundgren rather, is there with them. Wesley picks up the puck. That'll go just by the Whitehawks bench. Bobby tries to chase. Wesley gets a break and comes down Zoka. Zoka hustles over, but not in time. That puck comes out of his own. And Beal is going to throw it down the length of the ice. Whitehawks had a couple of tired skaters on the ice. Rather than push it, we'll take the face-off back in the Whitehawk zone and get a fresh 5 on the ice.
What are the rink dimensions again, Ryan?
200 by 85 would be a regulation NHL rink.
And I think Dolan tried to throw the puck in the same 2-foot zone right into the defender's belly a couple times there.
Hey, if you're going to get icy, you might as well be sure. Koski wins the draw. But Brown throws it up to Zoka. Zoka gets it on his own before being knocked off the puck. And now Koski chips it up forward. Trojans going finally. Yankees there to pick it off. And it's a back and forth in front of the Whitehawk zone. Zoka, having played half the last shift, comes off the ice, sends that out. And the Trojans down deep. They've got the puck in control. Koski says, I've had enough of that. He pins his man against the board. Brown is there as well. They battle. Back and forth we go. Trojans come away with it, throw it out the slot.
Gotta get that out.
Clear. That gets
Gotta get that out.
There is a miss. Koski now. He'll chip it up to Rinky. He waits for it onside, but can't control it at the blue line. He gains control. Goes a pass out front. Off the distance. just before he can get on the forehand, and here come the Trojans back the other way. Trojans with a step and a shot. Kaluzny turns on the side. That puck's not going to make it out of the zone, however. That puck goes wide, comes back out to the tops of the circles, and the Trojans get a line change. S out in front, protects his own net. Here comes Malady. Malady and Piaski. Piaski holds. He's got a shot and opportunity. Nifty little control and patience by Will Piaski for a pass from Killian Malady. And at 3:57 remaining in the second, the Whitehawks take a 3-0 lead.
Looked like that was going to be knocked off his stick at the blue line, but he was able to fight through the contact and then make a nice little move on the goalie to get to the back end for a easy little slide-in goal to make it 3-0.
Whitehawks control the face-off. Here comes McGovern, deep into the zone. He's going to circle them out. Looks, tries to tuck it in. That hits off the outside of the iron. And the Trojans now back the other way. They take their own blue line, trying to make the red line. They do. They get stopped at the blue line by Beal. He ties up two men. Trojans still in control. McGovern's going to go to the box for roughing. So at 3:31, correction, elbow. 3:31 remaining in the second. The Wayzata Trojans will go on their first power play of the game. Lander McGovern will rack up another 2 minutes, trying to reel in Dave Lundgren for that team lead in penalty minutes.
Still a ways to go.
Well, as many games as we have coming up here.
It's true. Lots of opportunity.
I think you can call this a horse race. Maybe we'll take side bets from the fans at home. Coming out of the Des Moines weekend, who's going to be in the penalty minute lead. Ranky now chips it back forward. Good touch by Ranky. That won't go the distance, but the sun Wayzata back behind their own net. Wayzata sets up. They come to the red line. They'll take the Whitehawks blue line, chip it into the corner of the hash marks. They'll bring it down low behind the net. And now back up high. Wayzata, patient. Trying to find their shot. Slot, shot, off of Kaluzny. Cleared quickly by Piaski, right back to the point, however. Now down to the hash marks. And to the top of the circle. Back to across to the backside. And that hops off the winger's stick. Ranky will throw it down the ice. And that just makes it to the end line. So at 2:40, we'll have a face-off in the Whitehawk zone.
Just barely.
A minute 10 remaining in the penalty kill.
Shoulders and Malady come out now. Brown replaces Beal.
Face off won by the Trojans. They control at the top. Walk the blue line. Come back down to the circle. Looks for the shot. Turned away. Defense good job holding the square. Childers now on top. Brown steps up, bothers his man, shot, turned away by Kaluzny. That made it all the way to the net, untouched. 46 seconds remain in the Whitehawks penalty kill. Trojans surprisingly very patient. I mean, they look calmer right now than they've looked all game. Shot, turned aside, leg pad saved by Kaluzny. Malady will be able to pick up his stick as Childers makes a rush down the ice. Childers patiently waits, comes across the blue line. And now we'll head off on a line change. That'll bring up Dave Lundgren as the Trojans come back across. They throw it rink wide into the corner. Piaski is there. He'll backhand it up and down out, pinned on the near side boards. Now they'll walk the blue line. Wayzata to the dot. Shot. Kaluzny had read that all the way. He turns to the side. Dave Lundgren throws it down the ice. McGovern just on the box. Breakaway opportunity. Landon McGovern backhand. McGovern knocks his man down. I'm sure he's frustrated with that open opportunity. He's battling two Trojans in the corner. Tries to bring the puck back out front. Now he'll head off on the line change. That puck hits him before it goes out. The Trojans come back across the Whitehawks blue line. 1 minute remaining in the period. Kaluzny with a good blocker save. That goes up. Trojan drops it to Brown. He'll ring it up and out.
That would have been a hand pass that had been played by Wayzata again, but since the Whitehawks touched it next, waved off. How big do you think Landon's eyes were on the way in on that breakaway attempt?
At least the size of golf balls, maybe the size of hockey pucks.
I think that's probably fair.
Lundgren now, 48 seconds. Trost to carry the puck out of the Whitehawks zone. Too quick for Wesley to react. He'll have to regroup. Just across the red line, he goes into the Trojan zone. Now they come back the other way. Trojans with an offensive rush. 35 seconds of the period. Shot. That goes through the crease, but wide. Trojans jumping back around Kaluzny. Leslie will be there on the near side boards. Before now McGovern picks it up behind his own net. McGovern back through center ice to Wesley. Take the take. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Wesley's got the puck. 16 seconds. Now the one wing that goes too far. He tries to throw it out front, but then it aside by the Trojans. 8 seconds remaining. Shot. That ramps up now for my second stick.
That should effectively end it, though.
And the Whitehawks have a power play, get a goal, kill a penalty, and end the period 3-2. Wayzata surprisingly dominant in shots at 23, with the Whitehawks at 16.
I feel like they missed a few there.
You always feel like that.
I know I do. But if that's right, that was 3 goals on 4 shots.
Hey, we will have a resurface here and be back with you momentarily. I mean, as a goalie parent, I do appreciate it.
And you know what I know?
Welcome back to pick. Whitehawks up 3-0 here as we head into the third period. Closing had an outstanding game. And Paskey right to Zoka. We'll start the third. We'll got him to Dio. Dio out of his zone. Goes it to Zoka. Now Paskey picks it up. He'll come across the Trojan blue line. To Zoka. Too far. Dio steps up. Now we'll have a breakaway. Breakaway by the Trojans. Low angle shot. Other side by Colisi. Sticked away to Zoka. Zoka now on the near side. Or far side rather. That'll come outside the zone. Lakey can't grab it. And the Trojans spin back the other way. Puck hopping off of everybody's sticks here. Paskey pulls back, and that pullback will send Zoka off sides. So a face-off in the neutral zone here, less than a minute into the third period.
Must be some sticky ice or something out there. Both teams struggled a little bit.
Sticky ice or stone hands?
Well, it's the first shift out of the resurface.
Masson Childers battle right in front of the Trojan bench. Childers comes away with it, shovels it up to Milady. That's sticked to blocking the side by the Trojan goalie down in the far side corner. Childers is there, that skips past him. Milady will hold at the blue line. He tries to fire it. This is what throws it back into the corner. And that'll come around. S now forechecking in the corner with Childers. Trojans take it back the other way behind their own net. Look, wait. That jumps off of the Trojan stick. Maybe the puck is sticky. Or the ice is sticky, or the two. Either way, not very smooth hockey here as both teams try to gain control. Peel fires it. That goes high and wide. Comes right back to McGovern. He tries to hold on to it. That jumps out of his zone. Now he's got to huff it back. He does. Throws it to center ice. Trojans caught on a change. Here comes Childers with Milady. Childers skates to center of the ice. Milady now. He'll wait for help. Lundgren on the ice. Brown and Piaski, both defensive changes. And the Trojans back the other way. Piaski knocks his man off the puck. Steals it. Throws it off the glass. All the way to Leslie. He helps it out of the zone, but the Trojans take over at the red line. They bring it into the zone. Piaski brings it around to the near side. That's up. Out. Trojans put it back to the defenseman, who immediately dumps it all the way to the far side corner for Wesley. Wesley backhands. That doesn't make it. Piaski now bangs it off the boards and clears his zone. Trojans right back on offense. Pulls up the shot. Brown turns him around. Good stick by Wesley as that goes up into the corner. D2D. Shot. Goes opposite corner. Right back to the other defenseman. He holds his own. Down low. Shot through the slot. Nobody's home. And that puck will go hard off a Trost stick. So at 12:22, we'll bring it to a Whitehawk zone for a faceoff. Both teams trying to find a little bit of flow here.
Yeah, whether the puck is sticky or the ice is, that was too many blue line turnovers for the Whitehawks. A couple of decent opportunities there for the Trojans. They were to fight them off.
Whitehawks
Trost.
Trost, thank you. Lundgren is there to help out. The governor knocks his man down, chases the puck, and ends up with it. Backhand now to Leslie. Leslie throws it out of his zone before he gets dumped. Quentin Leslie making a career of that move, taking the hit, but clearing the zone effectively. Lundgren now will dump it in. That'll go off the defenseman. Leslie, first man in. Pins his man against the boards. Trojans collect it behind their own net. Now trying to make their way out of the zone. Trost picks that pass off. Tries to hold at the blue line and does. Throws it back and does not. So, that'll be an offsides on the Whitehawks on the delayed call. And we'll have a face-off with 11:39 remaining in the third.
Couldn't find the whistle there, I think. Took a hot second.
Paskey wins the draw. Beal throws it to McGovern. McGovern brings it into the zone. He's down to the hash marks. Trying to make the corner. Comes around. Looks out front. Brings it back to the top. Paskey. He'll throw it into the corner. So he's getting pressure at the top. And now the Trojans try to make it out. Paskey ties up his man on the blue line. Comes away with the puck. Tries to cut it back the other way to the dot. He gets knocked off of it. The Trojans gain control in their end. Zoka with some nifty hands pulls the puck away. Koski down, Adams in the corner. Ranky down to help out. And the Trojans come up to their blue line. Trojans 2-on-2 as they hit the red line. The White Hawks are back over the front of the slot. Koski will turn it back the other way. He's got Ranky as they come 2-on-3 across the red line. He'll dump it in. Ranky will be the first man to the puck. He's battling alone. Koski goes off on a change. Zuka already gave the change and sent S onto the ice. Childers now beats his man at the blue line, takes the puck. Ground to Piaski, they'll come back the other way. Piaski with Childers just behind him. While the Trojans throw it back out to the neutral zone. Piaski dumps it back in deep. Childers, heavy on a check below the end line. Children's come out with speed. Wayzata tried to do a little nutmeg and ran into a freight train. Will just said, get out of here. Whitehawks bring it back the other way now. S gets dumped at center ice without the puck. Most people call it interference. Halsey now stops the puck down his own back round. Avoids the check, gives it back to the lady. The lady back the other way with it. That's too far for S to control. Gets dumped into the zone. And Piazza gets an elbow. Gets dumped on the side. Shot. Halsey comes to the side. Will try to get it in closure. But he's being dumped on the ice. Oh, now he's going to be a roughing here. They're going to send them both.
Should have sent the.
Only going to send one until Malady put the cross check to the back of the head after the play. Either way.
Otherwise, that player had earned it, in my humble opinion, with the elbow coming up the boards the last time up the ice, and I think Keelan decided that was enough of that nonsense.
Well, now we're going to talk about it a little bit here. There seems to be, I'm guessing somebody might go for 10 here, or maybe a double minor might be issued after they replay it in their own minds. If this were soccer, I'm thinking he's going for the red card or the yellow card, but
yeah.
I don't know what we're looking at here. Maybe a rules? Did somebody got a pocketbook of rules? This is highly unusual, by the way, where referees will talk about penalties and determine what the outcome is going to be. There's a lot of counting going on. Killian wisely jumped on his bench to hide himself. As did the Wayzata players.
Seems to be.
I think there are multiple people going, potentially from both teams. So Killian Malady is definitely going to the box for the Whitehawks. We're going to send out six. So I don't know what that means.
And while we were doing just fine on the game clock, we are slowly eating into those minutes as we continue the debate in front of the Wayzata bench. Now the poor folks in the box are going to take 2 minutes to figure this out.
What are we doing here? Now we got to tell the scorekeepers what's going on. The referees know. The players know. The coaches know. This has to be more than just a penalty aside here for all the discussion.
It sure would appear that way.
Whitehawks send 5 onto the ice at least. It looks like they're 4 or 5. I'm going to guess Wayzata is going to get a So we're going to
Somebody
get a
just
major
left.
penalty.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a game misconduct on number 2. He's going to go to the box for 5 minutes for a major penalty. He must have started the fray. He's going to have somebody serve his penalty, plus the 10-minute misconduct that he likely got with him. So that's why you see one Wayzata player leave the ice. I believe it was number 2. I didn't catch his number, but I suspect it was him that left the ice. We've got 2 Wayzata players in the box. Killian Milady also in the box. I wonder if Killian's going to get a 2 and 10 as well. Boy, this is fun guessing.
They haven't put another White Hawk in the box, so
Good call.
I'm assuming it's at worst a double minor then, right?
I don't know how you do this 2 and 5. It's a 2-minute and a 5. The White Hawks will.
Well, we just may end it here, Ryan. One ref is ready, all the players are ready, but the conversation.
I'm still not sure how this works. All right, so I'm going to guess there's a 5-minute misconduct and match penalty on number 2 for Wayzata. The other 2 were 10-minute misconducts for roughing. That's my guess. But with that, Milady should have left the ice because there's only 9 minutes in the beginning of the game. So I guess we'll find out after the fact. Either way, Whitehawks run what seems to be a 5-minute power play here. McGovern now with the puck, dumps it low. Kozenki back to McGovern, all the way to Beal. Beal back to McGovern, he's at the top. Now to Beal, top of the circles. Whitehawks closing in. Ranky gets the goal up above the goalie's left shoulder. And for those at home, a reminder, a major penalty means the Whitehawks will continue on the power play until that power play ticks itself off the clock. So the number of goals that are scored, the Whitehawks will remain on the 5-4 advantage.
Another 4:39 remains in a 9-minute remaining with 11 minutes on the game clock. So unless we pick up the pace here, we may be ending this one with time on the game clock once again.
Zoka pushing the puck into the zone, Wayzata at first, but now Zoka controls it. He tries to bring it back to McGovern, throws it down back to the corner, Zoka again. He tries to throw it to Ranky, that'll go off the head linesman, or the head referee rather. Ranky back in the same spot, throws it into the goalie's pillows, he'll cover up. As Zoka got dumped out front. So 8:36 remaining in the game, 4:15 remaining in the man advantage for the Whitehawks. I'm really curious to see the score sheet after this.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think you have to assume it's misconducts because there's no clock ticket on Milady's penalty.
Wayzata throws the puck into their own bench, so we'll keep that face-off in the Wayzata zone. Just over 4:03 remaining in the penalty.
If that is the case, that will sadly end the fair play point streak that the Whitehawks have been on.
But I don't know if I was a betting man, which I am. There was less than 10 minutes, so if Milady had a misconduct, they would have sent him off the ice. Unless they were just confused with all the conversation. And with that, Quinn Wesley is going to go to the box. They'll even this up for a little bit. Wesley 2 minutes for holding at 8:08 remaining in the third. So that'll take us to 4-on-4 hockey. And even with that, at the expiration of Wesley's penalty, the Whitehawks will still be on a power play for minutes, he says. I get the sense that this is going to be called very tight from here on out.
No, Quinn went for a rodeo ride there. So, I feel like he did indeed earn that one.
Yeah, I'm not saying that was a miscall. I'm just saying I have a feeling these guys are going to tighten down real quick. Wow, Wayzata flag is getting a little chippy. Puck goes off the glass, comes outside the zone. Trojans will reset at their blue line. S, first man in the puck. Good forecheck by S. Dishes it to Childers. That hops off his stick. Gets it back. Then he's knocked off on a high stick. But the Trojans will come back up the other way. Trojans now going on to blue line. Piaski with a good stick. Dishes it to himself. Battles for it. Gets it out of his own. Just out of Childers' reach. As the Trojans will bring it back to neutral zone. And re-enter into the Trojans throw it behind the right net. Piaski down low. He's got Brown there. Steps aside off the loses his right side. Piaski gets bumped. He's going to fight a man off and does. Childers now. He finds an open Brown. Brown will set up. Chips it off the boards to S. He'll turn up the other way. Backhand to Piaski. Outside the zone. That's going to be a roughing penalty. There's 25 lined up Piaski for a free shot.
Other 5, or 2-5, sorry.
2-5 will go to the box for 2.
Ooh, look at that board. It looks like a Christmas tree wren. Lit up all nice and pretty.
Yeah, all the bulbs are running. So 7:04 remaining. And Wayzata, photo watcher here, with a bunch of guys in the box because everybody's taking free shots when you get them. McGovern, shot, stick beside by the Trojan goalie. Now Koski with the puck, he'll cycle around. Whitehawks with a one-man advantage here. Lots of open space, 4-on-3 hockey. Koski shot, Walker down right up front, slot shot by McGovern. That gets turned aside as he looks back to Beal. Beal up to Koski. Koski waits, throws it to Zuka at the hash mark. Right back to Koski.
McGovern, come on!
McGovern's going to go in the box. 2 minutes for, is it interference?
I don't know. Just dumb.
So that'll light up the rest of the board.
Yep, interference.
So we'll have a face-off down in the Whitehawk zone with 6:27 remaining in the game. There's more penalties than either of us can count.
I think it's safe to say the Fairpoint Ferry has left the building. Oh, 3-on-3 hockey in regulation, Ryan.
McGovern's got to watch it. He's got 2 already. 3 and you get yourself sat down for a match penalty. Whitehawks win the draw. Brown now.
I think 3 they send you off so you don't get your 4th and the match penalty. I think that's a District 3 courtesy rule for my time here as president.
I defer to you. The rules certainly could have changed it. I just forgot. Either way, 3-on-3 hockey. We've got offsides by the Trojans. We'll bring it back outside the zone.
Yeah, we're definitely not finishing this thing with the clock.
So in 1 second,
Wesley pops out.
Wesley does pop out, you're right. And then the Whitehawks will go back on a 4-on-3 power play for some time. Brown now, puck hops off his stick. Brown regains control.
So Mulaney is out, so that must not have been a 10.
Speaking of Mulaney, he sauces the puck to Renke. That goes into the zone. He dishes it back to Mulaney. Whitehawks try to set up. That puck stolen off of his stick. Brown, one man back, 1-on-1. Brown to play the percentages. And here comes Mulaney back up the ice with Renke. Shot. That goes high, wide. It'll ricochet all the way back to the blue line. Renke tries to hold, but can't. And the Trojans now, shorthanded, come back across the Whitehawks blue line. Kodrak doesn't go in. Beal, 2-on-1. Here comes Renke and Beal. Renke now, he's got to go it alone. Gets knocked off of his stick into the corner, and Wayzata comes back the other way. Both teams looking a little tired here. Trojans are back to 4-on-4 hockey now. Shot, collision, into the sides. Mulaney now comes out of his own. He's got shoulders. Piaski heads off on a change. Cuts back to Mulaney. He gets elbowed in the head. That's going to be a penalty.
That's an easy one. Just keep the elbow down, dumbass.
We can do the replay, folks. That was a clear shot to the head.
And they call that the chicken wing, I believe, Brian.
So at 4:44 remaining in the game, the Whitehawks will go back up on a two-man advantage. Should not be 4-on-4 hockey, folks. Too many guys on the ice. There we go. That's right, 4-on-3 hockey, and in 17 seconds, Landon McGovern will get the get out of jail card. Beal, high and wide, that's off the glass. Brown now, back down low. He's got Childers. Back up to Brown at the point. He finds Beal, far side corner. Back up to Brown. Whitehawks now moving the defense around. Here comes McGovern. Whitehawks now have a two-man advantage for the next 3 seconds. Childers at the dot. He'll cycle around. Now it's 5-on-4 hockey. 4:15 remaining in the game. And the Trojans come out of the zone. Beal holds him up momentarily. And now the puck shot the ground outside the Whitehawks zone, or inside the Whitehawks zone. Rink wide pass to Zilka. Zilka leaves it for S. S takes the blue line. He's got Childers with him. S into the corner. He gets wiped out. Childers now scares his man off the puck. Here comes Brown. Brown back to Childers. Too far out of his reach. He's going the other way with it. Childers tries to dance. Gets checked. Gets held. Gets knocked down. No call is made. And the Trojans limp it back out to the neutral zone. Childers is well offside.
Refs at this point, I think the shoulders are sore. That looked like a clear penalty there behind the net, but I think they were like, we blown the
back
whistle.
in the day when game sheet was done on paper, they'd be turning the page to the second page. Fortunately, with technology, we can run this thing as long as you need to. So the Whitehawks remain on the power play for another 49 seconds, assuming nothing else happens here. McGovern brings it into the zone, pulls up, tries to shoot. That gets turned aside, goes off the iron, and now the Trojans trying to bring it back the other way. McGovern deep into the zone, wins the checking battle. Piaski fires it, ought to go wide, and the lady will be able to get there just in time. Holds the zone, good step, avoids a check, throws it back down, go to Renke. Renke now, back up top. McGovern over to Piaski. Piaski looks, waits, fires. Good shot, good patience by Will Piaski. Mulaney, I think. McGovern up to Piaski. Piaski comes across the blue line, dumps it to Koski. Over to Mulaney, up at the top of the slot. He'll wait, throws it to Koski. Wayzata now back to 5-on-5 hockey. That puck's knocked down on front. Wayzata clears it, but Mulaney holds on. McGovern, that puck is knocked off of his stick, but Renke keeps it. Mulaney holds the zone. Whitehawks need a line change here. Piaski, rink wide, just over Renke's stick. No icing call. 2:21 remaining in the game. Again, back to even strength 5-on-5 hockey for both teams after a flurry of penalties. Wesley back on the ice. He dumps it in. Quinn playing with a vengeance.
There goes the two for the change. Lundgren and Troston.
Trojans back at the ice. Wesley at the red line. Tros helps out. And the puck goes back and forth. Wesley throws it down the length of the ice, just past the red line. So at 1:47 remaining in the third, Whitehawks will go back to their zone for a face-off. You know what's amazing? With all of those penalty and trunking opportunities, the shots on goal are 26 for Wayzata, 22 for Westonka. Draws one by the Trojans, goes into the zone. Deep down in the left corner. Stack out to the point. Shot, Lundgren turns to the side. Follows and clears the zone. Trojans will bring it back to their blue line. They regroup. Right back to the Whitehawks blue line. Dump it in on Clears and they'll play the puck to Beal. Beal now. Hard edges, comes back out. Wesley behind Lundgren. Not far enough for Tros. Now they battle forward at the blue line. Miscommunication as the Whitehawks now work on the forecheck. 1:11 remaining in the game. Trojans come into the zone offsides. And with a minute 04, we'll have a face-off just outside the Whitehawks zone. was a relatively clean game.
Yeah.
Ended up as a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I think that is a safe description.
Piaski will get across the red line, dump it in deep behind the Trojan goal. He hits off the iron. McGovern with a heavy forecheck. McGovern at the red line. He looks, throws it back, throws it across to Piaski. He's got to wait for it to bounce off the boards before throwing it in. 41 seconds remaining in the game. The Trojans now setting a man in the White Hawks blue line. Piaski loses his footing, turns over the puck behind the net. Interested here. They're just throwing the puck. And we're going to have it. That is the end of the game. That is the hour clock at 9:33. The head referee says running off. So here in Plymouth, we'll end the game. Westonka 4, Wayzata 0. Cameron Kaluzny with the shutout. And the Whitehawks tally another D3 win. That should put them in first place in the D3.
Yeah, that'll make them
standings after
8-3-1. 3 points and 4 if they get the old fair play point, but we'll have to see.
So
whether or not that counts.
Probably got a 2-minute. McGovern had 4. Wesley
we're
had
good.
2.
So we're still good. We get 14. As long as one of them wasn't a 2 and 10 or a misconduct.
It couldn't have been because Milady came out
Because
after
he came out,
2 minutes. Yeah. So fortunately, these two teams will not see each other until districts if that should have happened.
Yeah, that got a little
Chicken.
chipalicious there at the end.
So tomorrow night, we will see you early, 5 p.m. start at Richfield. Whitehawks will face off against the Edina Hornets for the first time this year in a scrimmage. And then we've got an action-packed weekend as the Whitehawks head to Des Moines for a 4 or 5 game set.
Could be 5.
Could be 5. So.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow night.